Sup, fuckers?
Oh,
We're late.
we are. We're the late ones, and this is
Uh-huh.
how you choose to greet our lovely listeners,
Is by
is by saying sup fuckers and making a fart noise.
making a fart noise.
Yeah.
Excuse you.
What?
That was me farting.
That was authentic.
That was an authentic toot from the dude.
I would never fake that.
I am not a faker. I put my ass up to the Shure SM7B in blue one.
The speed at which you change from having your mouth up to it to your ass up to it was
You should have
just
seen the maneuver.
Oh my god.
I flipped around at such a rate. I'll do it again. Watch. Sup, fuckers?
Oh my god. She's twisted like a donut.
I'm a fucking pretzel. You should see me play Twister. It's fantastic.
I would love to. I would pay to, actually.
Hey, welcome to all this. Welcome to all the space in between. My name is Mitch.
And I'm Billy.
We are late.
Yeah. We're not late. It's a Monday still.
It is a Monday still.
We've just got a loose window of time in which we post.
That's
sometimes
why-
it's Sunday night. Sometimes it's Monday.
Sometimes it's the
daytime.
next Monday,
No,
and we just skip that week altogether.
it's never the next Monday.
So we got 3 questions for this show on this email reading podcast. Before we get into all of that, we need to talk about a couple things really quickly.
Yes.
The first thing being, I got a piece of paper here with me so I don't forget. We got an email from Bandcamp. Not from the artists themselves, but from Bandcamp, because they are so humble, so brave, and such a gentleman that they would never ask for free promo on the show, but we're going to give it anyway.
Here we are giving it to them.
Our good friend Slow Smog,
Yes.
who has given us the world's best podcast theme music that we can
Yes.
ever hope for, just put up.
You may have been listening to the opening of this podcast and saying, wow,
This sounds incredible.
I wonder if there's a bit before this and then after it too.
And a larger bit after.
I
yeah.
wonder if it's part of a larger album and it has an incredible track name, an album album artwork. And I wonder if it's purchasable in some kind of physical format.
kind of outdated medium.
Yes.
Slow Smog just released a couple cassettes of their older albums, one of which
Yes.
is Personal Space. Personal Space is the album that our theme music actually comes from. They didn't create the song for the podcast.
No.
We heard the song, loved it so much, and said, hey, can we use this? They said, no, it's like a really personal track. I'd really prefer, okay, but I'm going to do it anyway because I have this sort of a large cult-like following.
So
and they're
I can
like,
do what I
you're being
want."
very transparent about this, which is odd. So I'm going to just tell you right now, the answer is no. So we did the very next episode included the
Yeah.
the theme music, and we've been using it ever since.
Yeah.
So the very least we could do is promote Slow Smog and in their endeavors. They did a super limited run of these cassettes. I think they did them from home.
Yeah.
Hand dubbed from his greasy little Australian hands. And the album that this theme music is from is called Personal Space. The song is called The Sky Was Alive and So Was I. If you'd like to own that on cassette, there was only 5 available, 4 when I checked it, and 3 now because I bought one.
Because we got one, obviously.
I nabbed one.
Yes.
Because I really wanted to own it. The other cassette is called All at Once. There's only 5 of that too. Guys, go buy this on cassette, or at very
Sell 'em
least, just check out slowsmog.bandcamp.com. Again, that's slowsmog.bandcamp.com.
Yeah.
SLOWSMOG.
Yeah. At the least, please just do go listen to the music because it's good. You can do that bit for free.
Yeah. When
Yeah.
you just if you just check out Personal Space and play the first song, it's so wild to me because I've been hearing the podcast theme music for so long to hear all the bits that come before it and after, and it to just grow into
builds
this
so
thing
beautifully.
that I recognize as being such like an integral part of our podcast now.
Yeah.
Is real. It's almost getting like a behind the scenes
Yeah.
of that song.
how it feels.
You know, it
Yes.
feels naughty almost.
Cheeky, if
Yeah.
you will.
So that's that.
Good.
The next thing I wanted to talk about, we are late, and it's because we just didn't really feel like podcasting yesterday.
We were very busy.
Now, would you like to explain them why we were busy?
No, because I'm deadly ashamed of the reason.
I'll explain it.
Yes.
I don't really know how to say this, but we're fat cat entrepreneurs now.
It's true.
We are dream chasing, business owning, little sneaky entrepreneurs.
I don't think we can call it business owning if we didn't register as a business.
I guess not.
But we have started an enterprise.
Okay. Billy and I have this friendly wager happening right now. Something that you'll hear a lot about in future episodes, but not enough about to be able to follow what we're doing because we're doing it totally secretly.
We're doing it secretly.
I woke up yesterday and I had this sort of big brain idea. And I was just like, I give so much advice to just random people who hit me up and want to know more about like starting an e-commerce platform, starting a whole new Shopify. To work with an e-commerce platform and get into e-commerce and start like an online shop and stuff. And I have all these like little shortcuts and all these little things that I do that aren't really what I do in the Flat Sound shop because that's much more personal. I'm sending that stuff out. But for people just starting out, how do you do something with no following, very little investment, and how do you get something working from the ground up? This is a major passion of mine. But I haven't actually implemented this advice that I give. And also no one ever really takes the advice because it's really hard, like it takes a lot of steps.
Yeah.
So you and I start thinking, based on what we know, do you think we could start up something from scratch and actually get fools to buy our products using only minimal investments? And this is print on demand services, fulfillment services, and little online shops like that. What would we sell? What would catch the eye of a person if we were starting from nothing, not using our following at all?
No.
And just what we know from e-commerce, from running, the Flat Sound shop and sending stuff out in the mail. Can we do it?
Yeah.
Do we know enough? Is it enough to only know when starting from no promotion?
Yeah. From no audience, because that's where most people are starting from. Well, that's where everyone starts from at first.
Right.
But when you're doing merchandise, when you're doing physical goods, a lot of people are just like, they're not like a musician who then started selling t-shirts for the music project. They're just like, I want to be a t-shirt brand.
Right.
People don't know about me yet because I don't exist yet.
Brand, or I want to do something like this.
So the scam was it's not a scam, it's real, but
it's almost
it's not a scam.
It's not a scam.
It's a scam in the same sense that all of capitalism is a scam.
All of capitalism is scamming on people and trying to gauge an audience.
Yeah.
And this feels more inauthentic than the Flat Sound shop, which is like really a labor of love. But we're doing it much better
than a lot of people do it, so it's worth saying that. But the thing is, so we're like, okay, so what we're doing is we're making a brand, we're making logos for our brand, we're naming our brand. We are creating designs for the stuff. We're making, we're putting those designs onto various products. We're getting a storefront. We're getting a domain and connecting that storefront. We're making it all work and become one coherent thing.
Starting from nothing.
So it all looks good. It all seems really good. But the question is, will it fucking sell anything?
Can you sell a single product starting from nothing?
Yeah. So me and Mitch have separate ones.
I started one. Billy started one.
Yeah.
We thought of names, bought domains, did the whole thing. It was so fun yesterday just being like, okay, I think my audience is going to be someone like this. Yeah. So I'll have a product that's
we're like picking out demographics and shit.
Oh, it's so dope. It's so fun.
Yeah. So this is the wager that we have going, is that which of us can get a sale from a totally anonymous storefront for something that we just made.
And you can't use any bit of your current following.
No.
You have to do it completely anonymously. And we're allowed to use like Google Ads. We're allowed to pay for ad space, but we're going to see if we can make a profit from it, Anything that you invest in it, you have to then break even and then make a profit from this thing. Is it possible? Because, and I'm going to start to get into some really boring shit that no one like really cares about, but I give this advice to people a lot, and I give them a lot of shortcuts. Here's what I would do if I was starting today, And a lot of people will give up because they're like, this is too much, or I just don't know how to use the software.
This is too many steps.
Or this is just too, I wanted just an easy way. And I'm like, well, this is the easy way. This is the easy way.
Compared to the Flat Sound shop, it's the easy way, because the way you run the Flat Sound shop, you have to put out like an initial expenditure of hundreds and hundreds of dollars.
Yeah. No, I've dropped God,
Thousands.
I've done
Yeah.
merch runs of over $10,000 that is just my own money.
Yeah.
And me crossing my fingers being like, please buy it.
Right. That
My
takes a ton of
God.
investment and
And it takes
thoughtful
like a month and a half of just waiting.
and you've already gauged your audience and everything for
Right.
it. Whereas, so we were like, okay,
Not everybody could do that. Very,
No.
very little people can do that. So with very, very minimal investment using print to order products and fulfillment services and stuff like that, can you start from nothing and know enough about e-commerce to actually get a sale? I don't know yet. I only give this advice. I'm not practicing it because I don't need to practice it because, this is just what I would do if I were starting from nothing. So we thought, let's start from nothing and see if this advice is actually worth anything, or if putting your heart in it is actually enough.
yeah.
If knowing this stuff is actually enough, or is it really just a cruel world where people try and take shortcuts for a reason because even if you're passionate about something, you're not going to get anywhere.
We'll see.
We will see.
This will be a new segment called,
How's our business
and
doing?
I'm thinking of a name on the spot, and it's called Billy and Mitch's Business Fixes.
This is horrible.
Billy and Mitch's Business Fixes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We'll think of a better name.
We'll think of a better name by next
But it'll be a segment
episode.
on the podcast. How's our from nothing e-commerce platform doing? E-commerce shop doing?
Yeah.
Not a platform.
Yeah.
I need to stop saying that.
gotta
I'm
stop
using an
saying
e-commerce platform. I'm not a platform.
No.
And before anybody asks, no, of course you can't know the name.
No.
No, you can't know what it is. You can know very, very little about it other than how it's doing, because we don't want that to mess with what
that
we're
will
doing.
spoil our test.
This is an experiment that we're doing.
Yeah.
And we're jumping into it fully with the expectation that we could possibly and probably will sell nothing at all.
Yeah.
And it's tough out there. But that's what I was saying at the beginning of this, was that like it would be funny if we did this and sold nothing.
That would be a bit funny.
But it would be even funnier if we sold anything.
Yeah, that would be hilarious.
That'd be super funny.
I'd be rolling on the ground. Yeah.
I can't wait.
Haha, getting paid for the work I put in.
We're not going to get paid a
what
lot.
laugh. What a
So
laugh.
we would just, you'd be so lucky to even break even. But
Yeah.
trying to spend almost nothing. So far, we've only spent the money on domain names. And I think that's it.
Yeah,
That's the only money we've put into this thus far.
it is.
But we'll see where it goes the further we get along into designing and thinking about the direction we want to take this thing and our core audience and possibly some ads and some test products and
So
stuff.
we're going to see who turns a product first. And that person will be crowned king of the podcast.
Yes. Ooh, that'd be good. First person to get a sale
Yeah.
or first person to make money?
Yeah.
So like what if I get a sale but I spent more money on Google Ads?
Doesn't count.
It doesn't count.
You got to make money first.
I have to be in the positive.
Yeah.
First person to get into the positive
Yeah.
and actually make a profit
Yeah.
from this from nothing e-commerce business that we're doing is crowned king of the podcast.
Yeah.
Shake my hand. Boom. Look at that.
Okay.
We painted our nails this morning and we are looking very
I know.
hot.
It looked so handsome when we just shook
Can you
hands.
can you shake my hand
of
again?
us.
We both painted our nails black this morning.
Both
It's-
of us
ow.
with perfectly manicured goth nails.
I bumped a microphone really hard with my elbow. And I don't think I'll be podcasting.
I've got to go.
Anyway, so that's so that very, very stupid reason is the reason there was no episode yesterday.
We got sucked into a rabbit hole.
Yeah, because like right when we woke up and we were making breakfast, we're like, do you just want to do this all day?
Yeah.
Or like, yeah, kind of. Okay,
Kind of.
let's
All
just
right.
do this all day.
Yeah. And the people will riot, but so be it.
They'll riot, they'll clamor
And we
for the
have got
podcast.
hate mail for it. We have got hate mail for
We're
it
going to get
already.
into our first hate mail
Yeah.
in a second. So just to remind people, this is an email reading podcast. It's an advice podcast
Mm-hmm.
where we read and crunch into your kosher little dill pickles
Mm-hmm.
that you send us and try our hardest to give some type of advice, but usually just read them and go, that sucks. Fuck. I'd hate to be you. That's awful.
And this is one of those emails.
We didn't get into who's reading what email.
Read this one.
I'll read the first one.
Yeah.
Okay, let me just get into that. I don't know where I am on my phone. Sorry.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm actually checking how my business is doing.
Every episode, I beg you to open Gmail before we
It
start
was
recording.
opened before I started.
If not for me, then for them.
And then I started checking to see if I've gotten a sale yet.
You haven't.
You don't know that.
I know that.
How come?
I know it in my heart.
I guess I have no products. I guess my site isn't functioning. It's still in maintenance mode. Fine. I guess I wanted to see if, based off of the blank Instagram I made, if I had any investors.
Please read the email.
One of the dudes from Shark Tank just emailed me.
Oh my God.
It's the mean one. He wants to throw $500K at me. Okay, first email is called, "Oh God, oh fuck." It's another urine email. And it goes, "Oi, pisscast pals. I have a kosher for y'all. It's pretty dumb, so strap in. So, I was sitting on my partner the other night while we were in bed. He accidentally elbowed me in my general stomach/bladder area, not knowing I was seconds from getting up to go to the bathroom because my bladder was yelling at me. In doing so, I lost control of the ability to hold in my bodily fluids and release them on his lap. Of course, I was mortified and I ran out of the room to finish my business in the proper setting. I don't think he noticed it though, because he isn't the type to avoid bringing something like that up if he knows what's happening. Although, in retrospect, he may have not said anything because he definitely has shit his pants while sitting on my lap before." What a disgusting couple. We are a very pissy, shitty pair. It's been like 2 weeks and he hasn't said anything. Should I say something to him? Enough time has passed that it would be funny by now, but I'm still horrified by the whole thing. Thanks for taking the time to read this email. Much love to the both of y'all in these weird quarantine times. Hope you both stay safe. Man, I really did not do too good on that email. But I'm not going to edit it out because I got other shit to do today.
Because you're being your authentic self this episode.
I think it's just because...
Which is why you made the real fart noise, and which is why we're not editing out the mistakes that you just
This
made.
is what you hear is what you get with me.
Oh my God.
And that's me being hardly able to read.
And making disgusting sounds with your body.
I didn't proofread these emails, really. So that's why I sounded like a third grader just then. And yeah.
Here's my thing with this email.
Okay.
You can't come to me with the pretense that this email is about you pissing a bit on your boyfriend and then casually slip in as a side note
that he's shit on you
that
before.
he'd shat on your lap before, that he shit himself while sitting on you. You can't slip that in as a little asterisk, as a little, by the way, some background color. That's the problem here. That's the... How could you possibly be embarrassed knowing that he has done that?
Right. I think that
Surely you're in the clear forever.
That's a get out of jail free card if I ever...
Is it not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you could cheat on him. You'd be like, "Well, you shit on me, dude. You shit on me. So what am I to do?" No, this couple sounds adorable. They sound really, really comfortable with one another.
Very comfortable.
You and I have never pissed on each other.
No.
Not accidentally, not on purpose.
I don't think so.
I don't think that's ever happened. When someone elbows you like in the general bladder area and you have to go to the bathroom, I think I'd still be able to hold it in. Though in the last episode, I did admit to like almost pissing, or in the last episode, I did admit to almost pissing myself just because my belt was on too tight one time.
That's true.
So maybe...
Which is like someone elbowing you for a really long time.
Right. A gentle elbow to the bladder until I'm releasing my hog in the parking lot to the major market in Fallbrook, California.
That site's going to become a
fucking
destination.
shrine, yeah.
People are going to go to the major market parking lot.
This is where
find
Mitch
the
almost
hedge.
pissed himself when he whipped out his hog, because that's what it says on the sign next to the bush.
There's a little memorial bench there.
Yeah.
And everyone assumes it's for someone who lived and passed and loved Major Market, but you go closer up and you read the golden plaque and it said
This is where Mitch went half hog. AKA he pulled out half his hog and realized that when he undid his belt, he no longer had to pee. You see, the belt, the Batman buckle belt, was a gentle elbow to his bladder area. This is what it says on the sign, the whole thing.
This is quite a long sign. It's quite a long
It's
plaque.
long, and then every time I try and read it to someone, I read it bad because I don't know how to read.
Because I read like a third grader.
Because I read like a third grader, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, my advice to this person is you're definitely off the hook if this is the case.
Yes.
And you should... To be honest, you're like, enough time has passed that it'll be funny by now. I think it would have been funnier at the time.
I think you should... Okay, I was going to say, when you start peeing like that, are you able to stop?
I can stop whenever I want.
I can too, but I'm glad you said that because same. No, I can stop.
Kegels, baby.
I've been practicing Kegels to tighten up my ass.
Not what Kegel is.
Yeah, the way that I do them. Sure. I hate this bit I'm about to go into. I hate the bit I'm about to go into, but won't stop myself. All right. I do. I do Kegels to have just a rock solid pussy.
So stupid.
It hurts. Let me get to what I was going to say,
go
please.
Go on. Say it. You can't say it.
I can't fucking say it. I might cut this part out. I won't. I just don't want to do any editing today. I was going to say, there are people out there who can't stop peeing once they start.
Yes.
Isn't that how children are? You know, they'll start peeing their pants and they're like, oh no, and they start crying and then they just pee and pee and pee, right? I don't think I'm like that. I'm not like peed the bed or peed my pants in a long time on record. But do you think this person continued to pee themselves as they were like running off to the bathroom? Or
sounds like it.
Did they just let it out a little spot that their partner may not have noticed and then walked away, only to think to themselves, got a waft of pee in the air for a second, you know?
I think it was just a bit and then they stopped and then they ran. That's what I hope.
Now the shit.
That was a torrent.
That was the whole.
That was a torrent.
That was just him unleashing everything in his. He was just wearing thin boxers.
Oh my god! Yeah. All right, yeah. Let's move on to another question. Okay. Now.
No advice to give.
No advice for this. I
would definitely bring it up.
Yeah.
Especially if they didn't know, I would just like randomly bring it up and be like,
just play them this podcast episode. That's how you're going to bring it up.
Did you know that I peed on you 2 weeks ago? And they'd be like, you did? You're like, yeah, I did. Like, that's disgusting. And they get into this big fight.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
But it was a good bit for us. So
yeah,
that's what really matters.
That was a great bit
that
I ran with that. I'm not going to regret that.
I'm not going to edit it
when that
later.
airs. Yeah. Next question.
Okay.
Oh, actually, hold on. Oh, fuck. Hold on. I have to stand up to log into this thing so I can check how much time.
You don't. Hang on.
Okay, so you type it. I'm not going to edit this part out either. Oh, you're just handing me the keyboard. Okay, there we go.
It's a wireless keyboard. We can move it where we want.
There we go. And then use your little eyeballs to see where the time thing is on this. Is it here?
Yeah.
Boom. Oh, geez. We're 23 minutes into this guy.
Oh, my God.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, my God. Okay.
I look back and that Kegels bit lasted for 13 minutes.
Just us cackling about your tight pussy.
My rock solid.
Impenetrable.
Fuck.
All right, next question. Who's reading it?
You read the last two. I'm afraid to read anything.
Okay. Is it this one?
Yes.
We didn't do much prep work before this. We've been very invested in our business.
We are business owners now. Also, the dog is
also, I have a dog next to me, and he's
kind of barking a lot.
Shut up.
What an unlistenable episode this is.
Shut up, Henry. Shut up.
I'm afraid my delivery is going to get here, and he's just going to start going fucking wacky.
Absolutely wild.
Just buck mode. Wild, yeah.
Yeah. Well, he wants the sampler.
Henry.
So it'll be both you and him barking madly at the door.
Yeah, give it to me.
For the piece of music tech that you bought.
I want my Korg Volca sample, please.
It was an essential purchase.
Okay. I think he's simmered down. I do think he's going to bark during your question. And if that's the case, I will not edit it out.
He's revving up to bark.
All right, go.
Okay. This one is called The P in Pickle Stands for Pandemic. Dear Bitch and Millie, I've been listening to your delightful email reading podcast for a few hours this fine morning, and seeing as I'm in a pickle myself, I decided to write you. Sadly, my story doesn't contain a lot of piss and shit except for what's, going on in the world right now, but it is more of a, say, career-related one. I'm one of those so-called theatre gays, and also an artist, and the thing I desperately want to do with my life is become a scenic artist. This has been my plan for a couple of years, and it's my third year applying for different places, but unfortunately it's very hard to get into in Germany, where I live. This year I've decided to apply to drama schools in the UK as well, because there's some really great ones that offer awesome courses. Now to my gherkin. I got into a really cool college for their scenic arts course, where I'd learn scenic painting, construction, and prop making. Totally awesome, right? Well, yes. Except for the moving to another country during a pandemic part, especially considering it's not looking great over in the UK. So the decision I'm facing is, do I take the chance and go there despite a dangerous disease spreading that we don't have a cure for yet? Or do I stay where I am, delaying my plans for another year in hopes of a vaccine and gaining a bit more experience in different fields before applying again next year? I really want to go, but frankly, I am scared. Any advice is appreciated. I love y'all's work in listening to Flat Sound and Wishing, as well as the broadcast RIP, and the podcast has helped me deal with my own worm brain a lot. Hope you are well. Lots of love. This person's name. P.S. I just ordered the Scotland I Wish You Had Stayed vinyl, and I'm super hyped to have it in my collection next to Sleep and To Forget.
Bleh.
I Exist is my all-time favourite song, so having a physical copy of it means a lot to me.
Thank you so much.
Good stuff.
Yeah, sorry, I wasn't actually listening to the bulk of that email.
Only the bit that was about me.
Yeah, you said Flat Sound and my little ears perked up.
Yeah.
But before that, I was actually just checking the stock market on my phone.
He's a businessman
Yeah,
now.
see if anyone is invested into my... Yeah, so no one yet.
No, not quite.
I'm selling these stocks at a fucking premium. And yet none of the fish are biting today. That must have been the effects of the virus on the stock market, probably. Yeah, everyone's selling,
Yeah.
no one's buying, right?
It's crashing.
It's crashing, yeah.
Of course.
I guess it's kind of a bad time to start a business.
Probably.
Anyway, this person wanted merch or something. No, I can help you there, of course. I can definitely help you there. I'll give you a discount code. Every vinyl comes with just a free little... comes with the opportunity to buy stock in my next business.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll send you the name.
Which is admittedly a worse business.
It's not good.
No.
No.
It's fine.
Should this person pursue traveling right now?
To the UK.
To the UK, which is a
Not just for a holiday,
shithole.
but to live there for a while.
Did they mention we're in the UK?
No.
If it's a rural area, maybe, but London's kind of a piss hole.
Well, it's a drama school, so it's not going to be in a fucking field.
Okay, it might. You never heard of field gaze, huh?
It's probably going to be in Brighton or London.
Yeah, perhaps. So I think your advice would be more useful than mine here because I'm a chicken. And I would say give it a little more time till things settle down and then possibly consider doing all of your traveling and moving to a different country and stuff. But I'm still very team quarantine,
Yeah.
Stay where you are, stay as you are. We accept you, we love you. Don't touch me. But thanks for buying my merch.
See, my thing is, I'm incredibly surprised that a university has said, come over here.
Yeah.
Because most of the people I know who are currently enrolled in university, people who have even traveled from America to London that we know and stuff, who are studying there.
They're all being sent home, right?
Yeah, all their classes got cancelled. They had to finish all their projects at home and then they had to go back. Which sucked because it's kind of not quite the experience people were hoping for studying abroad. But
right.
That's what was necessary to do. So it's weird being a university just being come on over kind of thing. But maybe they're come over in September. Maybe it's for next year or something.
That's an interesting thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe who's going over now to start university, right?
Because it's the holidays, right? So
Yeah.
you're probably starting in September.
I'd probably do it in September.
In which case, we have to hope that things have settled down a little bit by then.
Let's not
We
put all
have
of our
to
energy
hope.
toward this being at where it is now. Then
No. Let's everyone stay very still until September.
no
so
one
this person
fucking
can go to school.
touch their nose until September.
No.
And I think we'll be good, and this person can actually get an education.
Yeah. So I guess that would be my advice. It's like, depending when it starts. If it's like in the fall, maybe. And, you know, and they're accepting people and saying, come over, because they think they're going to be open.
Yeah. And if it's
Then
bad,
that's-
then they'll probably...
They'll probably say, no, don't come
Yeah,
over.
they probably won't even accept you anyway.
Yeah, if
Or
it's still bad.
accept you to travel, at least.
But I don't know what it's like in London or the UK right now, because I'm not there. I'm in the US,
Yes.
hunkering down, because I was here when the lockdown started, when the quarantine started.
And
so
you're here now.
I have stayed for a while. I will be having to go back soon.
Yes.
And it is terrifying.
In a few weeks,
Yeah.
you'll maybe... We're going to talk to our fucking lawyer soon, but you will probably have to go home
via an airplane.
via an airport
Ugh.
and have to go to London
And get on the tube.
yeah and then get sneezed on by a pigeon. Okay, because London is filthy.
It'd be funny if I went all the way back to London and I don't get like COVID, but I do get like bird
Pigeon
flu.
disease. Yeah.
Bird flu makes a comeback
A
with me.
pigeon with a total of 3.5 toes comes and coughs in your general direction.
Sometimes there's a pigeon in the tube car, and that's always exciting.
Where is he going?
To work. None of your business.
He's going where he needs to go. He's smarter than you. More brave, too, because he can take the tube.
Get on the public
Yeah.
transport.
And he's doing it sneaky, too, because he doesn't have to pay.
Ooh. Walks right under the barrier.
That's the move.
Yeah.
Should this person go? I would say if it's later in the year, yes.
Yeah. Because it sounds like a cool opportunity.
It does sound like a very good
If
opportunity.
the school is in a place where they think that you can, then
that you
yeah.
should.
And it's in a while, then perhaps yes.
Then be careful.
If they're like, come over right now, then I'd be
I'd
like,
say
this sounds
no.
like a scam and don't do it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, you're going to
So it
get there
depends.
and there's just going to be like not a real university and just kind of a hole in the wall place. And you're going to walk in and they're going to be like, they got you.
yeah, they're going to mug you, and then cough on you, and then shake your hand.
And say, I bid you adieu.
Yeah.
And then you'll get on a tube with that pigeon
The pigeon. Yeah,
on your way home.
it's going to be bad.
So, yeah, our answer is maybe.
Good.
Pretty good answer.
I love when we give an answer that's
Why not?
inconclusive.
Hey, use your best judgment. We don't know.
Hey, you know more than us
Yeah, hey,
about your own life.
Don't ask me.
Hang on, I'm just realizing now our podcast is useless.
Of course it is.
Fucking hell. All right, are we reading our last question?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's take a break, actually.
Okay.
We're tweeters now.
Oh.
We've talked about that already.
Uh-huh.
We've posted about it on our very own social media,
And yes, we did go viral.
We did
Although I
get-
don't like to use that word anymore.
but we did go
But
viral,
it's true.
of course.
It's
We
true.
have
So how
over
else must I say it?
500 followers.
Not 500k, but just 500.
Feels like 500K.
Feels good within the first week. I'm so sure. I'm afraid, but I'm also sure. I'm not like afraid of the possibility. I'm afraid of how I'm going to react when it happens. That the podcast Twitter gets more followers than my Twitter does.
That'll happen.
It's going to
How many
eclipse
followers
me.
do you have?
That I've got not that fucking many. Not that many on Twitter
You're under...
since I restarted an account.
Right. You're over 1,000?
I'm over 1,000.
Just over?
Yeah, I'm at like 1,200. I think maybe
we're gonna-
1,300.
Yeah. Give us like 2 months. We're going to pass you. Yeah.
No, the rules are if you follow the podcast Twitter, you also have to follow
Not
my.
necessarily. I don't think that's a hard rule.
I'm so scared of what I'll do.
I guess that's up to you.
In what way will I act out when it happens?
Yeah, well, you probably just cut your hair in a weird way. But other than that, I think we'll be solid, you know? I think we'll be fine. No, I'm excited. That's my goal. Can we, you like it's almost like, can this potato get more likes than Justin Bieber? It's like, can our podcast Twitter get more follows than
The podcast
than Billy?
host?
Yeah, that'd be fucking fire. Let's do that. So yeah, if you haven't followed already, you want the water?
Give me that
then
water.
use words and don't just extend your arms.
Don't
like
just make
me,
grabby hands
me
like a
want
baby.
Wawa when I'm playing with it.
Give me the water.
If you'd like to follow us on Twitter, we did post a rock solid, hot little pic of us podcasting.
We did.
We took promo pics and we posted like one of them on Instagram, one of them on Twitter.
So if you've seen that pic, you will know that at all times when recording the podcast, we look extremely hot. We look extremely put together. We've got good outfits. We've got good hair. We've got a little bit of eyeliner.
Just imagine me exactly as that, but now I'm even hotter with black nail polish on.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Also, our desk is at all times extremely
It's
tidy.
Clean. Yep.
And
there's not like
we haven't been kind of putting trash inside trash on top of other trash, on top of a plate, on top of a napkin, on top of a magazine.
Baby, this is what it's like when you own multiple businesses. Okay?
Trash just starts piling up.
Trash is piles
There's
up.
There's a tomato inside a napkin.
Can I plug the goddamn Twitter, please? Will you shut up for 1 second? Let me plug the goddamn Twitter. Let me just ask you something. Is this bit over?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not a bit, though. It's the truth.
I guess it is. Let's talk about that. The Twitter is @allthespacepod. Search All the Space Pod on Twitter, or just twitter.com/allthespacepod, or just search All the Space in Between on Twitter to give us a follow. And if you'd like to see that hottie toddy pic of us, it's up right now. Last question?
Time for the last question.
Ooh, let's rush through it. We got
This one is called Insane Clown Pickle.
Yeah.
Dear gross little hosts, last night I sat down to watch a film entitled Family. It lured me in, claiming to be about a socially awkward woman babysitting her equally socially awkward niece. Sounds like a funny standard family comedy, right? Wrong. I soon realized I'd been deceived. This film opens at a juggalo gathering.
Gotcha.
Not only do juggalos feature heavily in it, so does the music of Insane Clown Posse. I'd never heard of the community until you mentioned your true stinky little juggalo self in this podcast, Mitch. And though I was aware of the band, I'd never heard any of their stuff. Here comes the pickle. Initially, I was just excited to see juggalos, thinking it'd help me understand what you reference here. But as the film went on, I realized the music wasn't that bad. Actually, it was kind of good. And when it got to the part with the juggalos running wild at the festival, I thought the style the girls wore was totally sick. So here's my question. Do I give in to my curiosity, check out the band properly, and accept my eventual fate as a juggalette? Or do I pretend the whole thing never happened and continue my normal, secretly still emo girl life? Should I bulk order facepaint while I deliberate, just in case? I'd like to know what you guys think of the film and just how accurately the family is represented. If you do watch it, stay till the end because there's a sweet bit where they interview real juggalos and ask what it all means. Sorry for the long-ass email, I'd love an auto-response if possible. Hope you're both doing well, with love from the UK. From a day one listener / agoraphobic writer. And then there is a PS. We won't read it because they said that we don't have to read it and there's some personal stuff in there, but it was, I would just like to say to the person who wrote in, very, very sweet.
We loved it. We held hands while reading it. We were touched.
Yes.
It was very, very good. And I'm not saying that as a joke.
No.
It really, really was a beautiful PS. It was longer than the actual email.
It was.
And it just went through what like flat sound means to them, as well as the podcast and all this stuff. They also mentioned that they're 27 years old, right?
Yes.
Beautiful age.
Great age to be.
Close to my age, actually.
Right in between our two ages.
Exactly in between our two ages.
Not exactly,
and
but near.
Right.
One of the two that are in between.
Yeah.
Hey, 26 or 29.
No, they could be 27 and a half. Boom.
That's true.
Exactly in the middle. So I was right. Awesome age to be. They opened up about agoraphobia, all this really, really personal stuff about flat sound in the podcast and all that stuff. So really, thank you. We read it. We loved it.
We
and
very much
really,
appreciate
really
you as a
appreciate
listener.
it. We don't think we have an auto response though.
Nope.
Sorry.
We'll give you a genuine response after we record.
The response is no. My response now is that email us again if you're on social media of any kind and you want me to follow you back. I'd love to be a mutual with you. Always looking for mutuals around my same age, especially if we go through similar struggles, aka being a juggalo. because that's what I'm about to. That's what I'm about to get into. I've heard of the movie Family.
Yeah.
Because they filmed the opening scene at the gathering.
At the real gathering.
And
yeah.
ICP made this big announcement. Hey, this movie with
Amy Poehler.
Amy Poehler's in it, right?
Yeah.
Is going to be filmed at the gathering. It's going to be blah blah blah. And it's like very Juggalo centric. This film, so check it out when it's done. And that was like years ago, you know.
Yeah, and I remember seeing the trailer with you when the trailer came out.
Yeah, the trailer dropped and I made us watch it together.
Yeah,
and that was cool. I still haven't seen the actual film,
but maybe we'll watch it this week.
We probably will, honestly.
Yeah,
because I've been meaning to watch it for a long time, and I hear it's a sweet little film. Now, should a person get into the Insane Clown Posse at this age? What do you think?
I think that if you watched the film and you genuinely enjoyed the music and thought it was cool, then yes. I think if you're doing it for a joke, then no.
Great answer.
Yeah.
Very, very good answer.
In fact, would be it.
In the Discord, if you want to be a part of that, patreon.com/flatzone. In the Discord, people were talking about like trying to get into ICP just recently, actually. And people were like, "Hey, it's pretty good. It's not that good. And I don't know. It kind of sucks." The fact of the matter is, ICP kind of sucks, right? It's really good to me.
It's a niche for a reason.
It's very niche. So to most people, the shit sucks.
Yeah.
A lot. A ton. It's unlistenable.
That's fine.
For so many people. Also, consider this. It's like shock rap from an era. It's kind of problematic.
Yeah.
You know, it's a little bit. So to get into it at this age during this era and you're listening to songs from like the 90s, you know, you're going to be like, ooh, that kind of sucks. And a lot of music is like that. And this is no exception to that. But I've come across a lot of fans who made a very, very honest attempt because of my love for Juggalo culture. They want to then get into it for that reason. And to that, I say, don't do it. Do not do it. Don't, you know, I don't care if you're into ICP or not, you know?
Yeah, if it doesn't fit in with the rest of your music taste, then
you're probably not going to like it.
Then
and
you might not like it.
It's fine. That's completely okay. Most of the world does not like ICP, and it's very, very hard to get into, you know? But if you just like heard the songs in the film and you thought, hey, this is actually kind of dope.
It's actually kind of bumps.
Then it might catch your ear and you might listen to some of their stuff. I would suggest very, very easy album to get into is The Great Malenko. It's one of their Joker's cards from their first deck. And possibly one of like it's like their bigger album. It's like the one that got like a lot of acclaim, you know?
Yeah.
They did it while on Hollywood Records or something that was a part of Disney, and it got into all this stuff and all this drama happened because of it, and it's just a really cool thing.
It's a cool album.
Yeah, and then there's like Alice Cooper does the voice of the Great Malenko.
That's
they
cool.
had
Slash is on it, I think.
Yeah. Slash is on the record.
Yeah.
They had a guy from, I think, the Sex Pistols do guitar on Piggy Pie.
Jesus.
I think something like that. But yeah, tons of features on that thing. And it's the album that has like What is a Juggalo on it. It has Hocus Pocus on it. It's got a lot of songs that people know. And it's probably pretty easy to get into. So that's a good entry.
And that one's very like theatrical and kind of fun to listen to.
Yeah, well, I mean, they all are perfect.
They all are. They're all great.
They all are theatrical and fun. And then to get into like the lore of ICP and what the Joker's cards mean and all that stuff is also very, very fun to get into as well.
I would like to address something they said in this email, which is that they thought the style that the girls wore was totally sick.
Big agree.
I would hugely agree. I love how juggalettes look.
Juggalettes look incredible.
Juggalos look like shit a lot of the time.
Juggalos don't deserve juggalettes.
It's true.
And that's just...
They really fucking don't.
That is that on that, as they say.
Yeah.
Juggalos don't deserve juggalettes at all. Juggalettes have this style, right? That's like almost very like cyberpunk. Sometimes cyber goth.
It is. It's like a little bit kind of like theater gothy, a little bit cyber. It's just a bit circusy.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like a bit more alternative and experimental. That's also like colored fishnets and stuff, you know, and dyed hair and blah, blah, blah. And then these juggalos are just wearing the hugest shorts you've ever seen.
Juggalos are just in
Just
big
the
cargo
biggest
shorts.
you can find.
Yeah, what are in all those pockets, my guy? You got to not do that. Every juggalo I've ever seen, with many exceptions, obviously, but like by large margin, juggalettes, amazing, beautiful alt creatures. Juggalos are wearing baggy cargo shorts and yelling at me. And
yelling at me in particular.
so, yeah, I would agree. Juggalettes have like a fucking wicked style. They're really, really cool. Yeah, like there's just so much more alt than like the majority of juggalettes are so much more alternative than the majority of juggalos.
Yeah.
And that's
Which is
cool.
cool.
Yeah,
I like it.
That's super cool.
So I think that's a cool thing to lean into too.
Yes.
I like it.
If you see a home in that, you could lean into that as well.
I would say it's kind of emo adjacent.
Oh, totally.
If you were like the era of emo that I am and was.
They are. They're 27 years old.
Yeah.
They are our exact era of emo.
Yeah. But yours is a bit different to mine, I mean, because mine's a little more My Chemical Romance-y.
Right.
Is what I mean.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's just in like a few year gap.
Couple of
that
years.
really made a difference.
Yours is more Bright Eyes. Mine is more My Chem.
Right.
Yeah.
That's true.
So it depends what kind of emo you're meaning. The real one or the fake one that is mine.
Even that is a discussion for another podcast.
That's a discussion left to the emo subreddit.
Right.
Which they will get into twice a day.
Of course they'll get into that. Of course they will.
Yes.
And every 6 months someone posts about flat sound and then they have another debate. It's flat sound emo? I don't care. Stop listening to my fucking music.
Don't talk about me.
Nerds, get out of
It
here.
makes me nervous when I'm in here.
So I get my heart beats faster every time someone posts flat sound related stuff, and I was like, no, don't.
No, don't bring it up. I don't want to start the debate again.
I don't want to fucking. I don't want people to just be. Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah. Anyway, a very good email. Thank you for it. It was a joy to read, both the email bit and the extra bit that we did not read.
The
out.
extra bit almost made us cry. Thank you.
Yes. And a good note to end on.
Yes, I think I'm checking the time right now. That is it. This has been All the Space in Between. My name's Mitch.
My name is Billy. If you would like to follow us on Twitter, please do that. We want to get more followers. We're hungry for them.
I want
you can
to
follow
surpass
us
Billy.
at All the Space Pod. It's a terrible name, but that's what it is. It's All the Space Pod. And if you would like to listen to all of our episodes or get our links, or that's all you can really do on the website, I guess. That's mostly what the website does. You can do that at
allthespaceinbetween.com. And if you have a crunchy little kosher dill pickle for us to sink our little milk teeth into, we would... I don't listen when I talk.
You've still got a few.
I do have two right here. My
milk
little
teeth.
thing. Yeah, I have two milk teeth right there. It's true. Maybe I'll post a little pic of them on our Twitter. Huh? If you follow us on Twitter. If you got a question that you want us to answer on the show, we are always looking for new questions. We got a ton of them from all the promo we've been doing lately, but we would love a ton more. You can send your question to
allthespaceinbetween@gmail.com. Thank you so much for listening this week. We will be back next Monday with
new
another
episodes. I'm sorry. I'm like walking all over you right now.
Oh my God.
I was gonna say also rate and review us on Apple Podcasts.
Please do.
Haven't gotten a new one in a while.
We're on our hands and knees begging.
I know that when I say this, it's just like rate and review us. Hey, smash that like button, whatever.
It's just
things
noises
at the
that
end
we
of the
make.
episode, yes.
Yeah.
But if you would consider, if you're still awake right now, if you would just consider that, going to that place and doing a thing that takes only just seconds to do really helps the show. Because
Yeah.
I think that it does.
Your review can literally, you don't have to write a review. Just leave a sock emoji.
Yeah.
Just leave an emoji of socks.
Or the little herb emoji that I do.
Or the puking one.
Yeah, no.
No.
You don't want to do the
Then
puking
people will
one.
think it's bad.
Yeah, you
Okay.
you can't do that one.
Yeah.
But just leave a very, very quick one, and it would really help the show. It would really mean a lot if you were one of those people. And yeah, I think that's it.
Good.
New episodes every Monday.
Bye.
Bye.